Lake Martin.
Lake Martin. We're on Lake Martin. There's Debbie. And Rob. What's up, Rob?
Oh, good. You brought your camera.
There's Jody. Hey. Can you hear me? Becca.
That's nice one.
Say hi.
Really? You better keep your eye out, because I bet you will.
Matthew. Say hi.
Hi.
Ed. What's up, Andrew? Where's Melanie?
Right there.
Melanie. Hey, baby. Getting ready to enter the swamp.
Yes, I'm fascinated by all the bananas.
There's the tour that didn't make it.
Joe is one of the kids.
I guess they must have run aground or something. That's that big black fly that landed on me.
That's a love bug. That's what Carolyn and her sister were telling us about.
Where are those called? Yeah, there's only one.
Did they kill you?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they kill you and carry around the carcass. We were driving yesterday. One of the windows landed on that. I heard it first hit.
Okay, I'm all in.
Treatment like a girl.
Get off, all right?
Treatment like a
The trees grow in water like this. Jody, get me a little bit. Sorry, running.
Watch your hands here. The boat barely makes it through these trees.
How deep is the water here?
It's only about 2 foot of water right here, and then we'll get to some place in here that's going to be about 6 inches of water. Deep. It ain't going to be deep at all. Station in here not going anywhere.
Bird population.
Or a lot of population accumulation.
A lot of bird poop in the bottom of this lake.
Spanish moss, man. That stuff is just awesome.
I can't tell. My dress went over the back. I can't tell it stand like that.
Okay, these trees here with the big green leaves on them, y'all, that's called your white Tupelo gum trees. And this is a softwood, and it's mostly used for carving purposes, like duck decoys years ago, today, or anything else. And all these trees in here lose their leaves in the wintertime. They're not conifers. And the bottom of the trees are bigger because of the water that swells them up, because they're in water year-round. Now, when these leaves fall into the water, the Tupelo gum trees, stains the water black, tannic acid, so it will stain the gators black, the turtles black, and sometimes the fish black. So, that's the reason for that.
And then do the alligators turn back? Like
no, they'll
stay black?
They'll stay black, yeah.
It never goes away.
And in some other areas, like in marshlands and whatnot, they'll be like a sandy coloration. They'll never become a new tree. And years ago, they were used as table legs, door stops, lamp bases, the same thing today, or people carve, paint Santa Claus, angels, anything else on them. If you cut the root system, it will not affect that tree, and it will continue to grow from where you have cut it. And a lot of people, they'll take the bark of it off, and it's very smooth, and they'll varnish or just shellac them afterwards, too. This is one I cut about 3 months ago. You see how light it is, and it's smooth because I took the bark of it off.
That's cool. Looks like a set of fingers or something.
It's really light.
Let me see.
Okay, well, pass it on.
Oh, wow. It's like a,
yeah, it looks heavy. It's solid, but no,
But when you first cut it, full of water and stuff, it makes it real, real heavy. But that one's been cut about 3 months, so it's dried out. Yeah.
With both hands, it's all right.
Those two are cool over there.
like Aunt Debbie's trying to poke you.
So those are roots. Yeah, I was wondering. I was coming up here and I kept seeing those things sticking out of the ground. I'm like, why do they keep cutting the trees out here?
It's not heavy.
It looks like new trees are growing or something, but it's not.
Okay, pass it on.
Andrew, now if you can see it on the way back to you.
Pass it up, Melanie. Okay,
Isn't that light, Andrew, considering how big it is?
Man, it's so cool. Wow, I got a big old spider web. You guys have banana spiders up here?
Huge spider.
We got some used spiders. These yellow spiders, there's 2 of them. They're going to be called golden silk spiders, and they're going to be called stitch spiders.
Stitch.
Yeah, and if I see both of them, I'll show you all the difference of them.
Yeah, they look wicked nasty.
Yeah, you'll see me panic, dude.
Webs everywhere.
And one of them right here to the left, high up.
Look at that one right there, Jenny, right behind you. Isn't that one pretty cool?
Oh my gosh, Rob!
That's pretty well.
Here's the biggest one right here to the left.
Okay, look at that.
Where's he at?
It's okay, girlie.
Oh, I see.
Andrew.
Y'all can stand and move around if y'all need to get a picture or not.
Okay, good.
This is going to be called the golden
How
silk
do you
spider,
not see that?
which we call banana spiders.
Yeah, man, those in Okinawa. That's where I was. Those things used to freak me.
They say are being 500 plus years of age.
Oh, wow.
But the only correct way to put an age on a tree you all is to count the rings and cut it down. And now there's a machine that will bore a cord through it, pulls it out and counts the rings that way without having to cut it down at all. The only thing is, when the bark is ripped off the cypress trees, it's a lot easier for insects to get inside of it, and it becomes hollowed out, and that's what we call pecked or wormy cypress, also here in Louisiana.
But that's the biggest and the oldest in the whole swamp, or what?
In here, yeah. No, the other swamps, they'll have big ones, but not here. We'll go around it to give you an idea how big it is.
You having fun, Becca? You like the spiders?
No, I didn't like this spiders, this sweet girl. Don't you worry about that. Might be what? Yes, it does click, I know. Look at that tree, Andrew, how big that is. I don't think all four of us could get our arms all the way around that.
That is awesome. Oh, wow, look at all them spiders above us.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of spiders.
See, I love this.
They're going to stay on their webs. They don't want to eat you. You're too big. They're taking it down.
I got a little dragonfly on the lens of my camera. Come on. Come on, little dragonfly. There you go.
The dragonflies are pretty. They're blue. Look. Oh, there's a dragonfly eating another rock. That's good.
That was weird.
Yeah, did you see that? He like came by and snapped up something else.
I was just looking at the leaf cutting the...
What is all the stuff that we saw on the side of the road coming in? The big...
Sugar cane.
Okay, that's what we thought. Okay.
Sugar cane on the outside, marijuana on the inside of it.
Yeah,
Hold on,
That's the
girl.
camouflage.
buddy. Funny, man.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to find anything in there.
See somebody walk around with a machete, you know where they're going.
They're blue. Beautiful. They won't bother you, Melanie. It's okay. They're just flying around. A dragonfly song? Let me hear it.
How do you keep from hitting all the logs, man? It's like...
I don't like it.
Oh, look at that dragonfly landing on...
That one.
There's a
Yellow.
dragonfly landed on your head. And I was finished
On my head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an idea where it's at. See the little bitty cypress tree to the left, you all?
Uh-huh.
There's a gator right in the back of it. You see the tail hanging off to the right?
Oh,
It looks
man,
like an
no.
old tower.
Where's he at?
Look out that way.
Cypress Street to the left.
There's a gator here with a point of my boat. See it laying on that log?
Oh, yeah.
Where? He's little. Stand up. He's right in front of us. He's in between some bushes. Look off the very front of the boat, Matthew. You're looking the wrong way.
There he is,
He's
moving.
He's in the water. Did you see?
Whoa, that was a little one?
About 5 foot.
He was teeny. Okay, well, we'll have to keep our eyes open.
That bird over here.
You'll see him.
There he is.
There he is. See his head? Get his head.
Eat Randall's, and one of the best places to eat too, also besides Randall's, would be Prejean or Prejean on I-49, 2 miles north of I-10. So,
Is Randall's more kid-friendly?
yeah.
The alligator don't like
The
you.
music, they could go on the big dance floor and stuff like that.
They have a dance floor? We're
Big
going to
dance floor.
Randall's, man.
Yeah. Y'all enjoy Randall's. How'd y'all going to Randall's? Y'all enjoyed it?
Is it nice?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Hey, what's going on,
fun.
Big White Hunter? Jump in and wrestle that alligator, man.
We go find another alligator?
Hey, them crocodile
We should
done
find
died.
one like that because he was nice and went away.
But as you told me that, so in theory, they can actually just jump up and lunge into the boat if they wanted.
Oh, they get in, yeah. They
Like
get in this boat.
in half a second. But that doesn't happen, right?
It hasn't happened yet.
Look at those birds, guys. There's some big old birds. You did see one. We'll see what else we can see.
Yeah, you get lost in it pretty simple, it looks like. Well, you go back out when you find the lake, you get back out.
Yeah.
You can ride it when we get back into the car.
Absolutely.
That's what's different about it. You got no fresh water coming in or out. Just kind of all just sits there.
Yeah, and only rains, the only thing that puts water in here. That's it.
Yeah, I asked her teacher, I'm like, do you have anything? She said, just have her like, write it in a journal and write stories and draw pictures of what she does.
I saw a little green heron bird fly and land right here to the left somewhere.
I see a blue one over
Still
there.
there?
Yeah, he's right over here in the left.
Oh, he flew off, yeah. That's another great blue.
Oh, there's one way back there. To the left.
See, I see those in Arizona, great blues. By the river. Where'd he go? Keep your eye out, Matthew. You might find Yoda.
What, you think we're on Dagobah or something?
No, what is...
Uh-huh.
Duck.
Yeah. Look,
Wow, you got that one good.
we got some low-hanging branches.
That wasn't a branch.
Oh,
That was a spider web, honey.
you got some spider web stuck on her. Girls, be grateful you're short.
There's another one to your right.
What?
There it is right there. Woohoo!
Those things are huge.
Is that a duck? What is that over there for?
Little green heron.
That's what.
Oh, that's a green herring? Oh, he just... Did you see that? I wonder if I got that on tape. He just let off a bomb. Oh, there's an alligator right there, guys.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, yeah, look, guys, right back there.
Oh, I gotta get a picture of that one.
Hold on, he's backing up a little bit.
This is awesome. Oh, cool. Kitty boy.
He's got stuff all over his back. What's he got on his back?
Oh no, I'm using my last three pictures on him.
Okay. We'll have to get you another camera from Walmart. What do you think, Melanie? Good eye, Matt.
I'm out of pictures.
I got lucky.
He's just taking a nap, chilling out.
I'm out of pictures.
Okay, well, we'll get you
Can
another.
y'all see him in the front? Can y'all see him in the front?
He must be a movie
The
star.
gator? Can y'all see the gator from the front?
Yeah.
Used to getting his picture taken. He's just posing.
He's modeling. Baby, don't lean over like that.
That is awesome.
Hey. Dead dragonfly on your shoulder, Matt. Dead dragonfly. No, I
He's
don't
saving it for later.
That is just so cool.
You got dragonfly on your shoulder.
It's
Oh,
all right.
Did you kill him?
Yeah, I killed him on his
No,
shoulder.
that's
thank
not
you.
a dragonfly. That's some kind of other thing.
Tell me it was a mosquito and you killed it.
That was a mosquito.
Oh, good. You saved my life, kid.
Come over here. Sit right here next to me.
That is so cool.
Sit with me and he'll take your picture. Can you see him?
Wow.
We'll have an alligator picture.
I want to get a picture of the gator. Mom,
That's probably 4 or 5
I
foot
got a
long.
feel like this and then something like this.
You want to measure him? I'll catch him.
Yeah, catch him.
I just wanted to think about making steak.
That's your best eating too right here.
Hey, Becca, hop in the water. Splash around a little bit. He'll come over
It's
here.
a strong flavor to him. That might be 10 plus years of age.
Really?
How old?
10 plus. A female gator will not reach sexual maturity till she's 6 foot in length. And that could take 10 years or better in a while before that happens.
Oh, that happens with my daughter.
So they don't grow right.
My dogs to get out here.
Me?
Yes, you had your hand up.
Is it true that they like,
Bad little boys, yeah.
yeah, that they clog their noses, their ears, and everything, set them to remain underwater?
Yep, that's correct.
They read it in a book.
Because they feel a lot of vibrations in the mold and everything. Yeah.
See his head?
I got his head.
Did you? Because I'm sorry.
I don't see him.
Melanie, honey, don't do that.
I don't see him.
Yeah, and some tours are different. We can't see them, well, not see them, but we can't get close to them whatsoever. There were 2 big ones on the log across the lake earlier, and we got about 100 yards from them. They just...
What is this plant?
This big plant is called water hyacinth, which we call water lily.
Okay.
And they come out with a purple flower. The smaller plant with it is called salvinia, which looks like a plant that's going to open and close like a Venus flytrap, but it doesn't do that. The plants are very invasive, like you see here. They just take over, they block up everything, so they spray with chemicals to get rid of them.
Really?
But the plants hold a lot of mosquitoes, so that's the reason why we have no mosquitoes throughout the whole year to worry about. And the dragonflies fly around and eat these mosquitoes. The plants also filter the water, so we have no smell in here because of that reason.
I noticed it doesn't smell bad.
And we have no inlets and outlets in here, so this water is just pretty much all stagnant.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
surprised it's not smelly and buggy.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes.
And they can't get to the water because of the lava, what they need, the lava. And also there's a lot of tannic acid in the water, so the eggs won't hatch out at the same time.
Ah, right on.
And some sewer treatment plants in California use that plant there to keep the smell down.
Really?
A lot,
I need to get some.
Yeah.
a lot of people buy this plant to put in their fish ponds and whatnot.
Do they have, what exactly is swamp gas? Swamp gas? Are you always
Decomposing plants that form methane gas.
There was something that just jumped off the leaf. Something went underwater that was big there. I don't know what it was. Something was moving over there.
A real one or someone's pet?
A little about that big.
Did it try to climb on you? Was it
I was
fuzzy?
in the pool. Yeah, it was really funny.
You were in your pool?
What was it?
A tarantula. It wasn't a black one. It was brown. Was it? Was it a
A
raccoon?
black tarantula?
Now we
No, it was big. It was either a tarantula or a big wolf spider.
She does. She got a big bug on her shoulder. Right there.
Do I?
Yeah.
No, it's a moth thing. It's on your chest now. Don't care so much. Exactly. Yeah,
So alligators aren't endangered or anything. There's plenty of them out here.
Got a lot of them. There's a lot.
Man, this is so awesome. That you can even get in here. Looks like it goes on forever. How far back does it go over there?
Wherever. There's another small gator right there coming up to the left.
Hold on. Oh, look at him!
Oh, he's a tiny one. Was he about 5 years old?
Oh, did you see him? He just moved his arm. He's like,
He's just sitting on top of that log swimming, so.
If you turned around, Rob could stand by you and take your picture with
We
it.
have to have these little all by two. This we're show and tell.
Okay.
I know.
Both you and Andrew turn and face away from the gator and let Rob take your picture.
Debbie, at the desert, don't get on the wall. There might be mosquitoes to bite you on it.
I don't really like mosquitoes that bite.
Actually, there might.
Are you just relaxing? Oh, hit a log.
There's logs.
Oh.
There's another one.
You just relaxing, Becca?
Yeah, we have these. There. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Oh!
There's a lizard on the tree.
Oh, wow.
I saw a lizard.
There's one right there, yeah, I see it.
Stealing your ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, speak.
Yeah, did you get splashed?
You bet she was hot.
Yeah, she was looking a little hot back there.
Big spot on top of this here.
Wow, you're crazy. He said it. He touched it almost.
So do the alligators generally stay in the same spots or do they stay right over?
They're pretty much territory,
Are
yeah.
they? Whoa. Now, will they let other alligators into their area?
Sometimes,
So sweet.
main season they won't.
Okay.
They'll fight each other. And sometimes they'll fight till death.
Yes.
Wow.
And then after main season's over, they all get along.
Huh.
I like the kind of thing with humans and guns.
It starts in March. March and April, May.
So you don't want to touch.
But we do it. Sometimes we'll see them fighting.
Okay, that's just creepy. That's the
That one was on the move.
That's a fish spider.
The what?
Fish spider. It's bigger than the other
Where's he at?
Oh, he's cute, Matt.
spider. Right here, he's a lot bigger than the other spider.
Wow.
I'm getting away.
Yeah, he does. He's got his whole little hoard of stuff over there.
Got a little buffet going on right there.
Yeah. Oh. That thing takes lots of spider spray. Got a lot of bugs.
You got a little
He's got like ladybugs and crackers and fat. We're watching that bird. He was just sitting there walking through the water.
Man, those things are huge. You never realize how big they are until they take off and fly.
Whoa, Aggie, you want to smell?
Huh? It doesn't have a smell. You gonna keep that flower? Becca?
So envious. That's what this is. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. Sit it right here.
Purple flowers coming up. That's your water hyacinth flowers.
Oh, where?
I could grab these if y'all want. They have a faint smell sometimes also.
Oh, I missed it.
Y'all, but it's no longer one because they blocked it off with a levee. In order for this to be a bayou, it needs to have water moving through it, flowing, which a bayou is an Indian word that means stream of water. It's a tributary off of a main river, but some people might call them creeks or sloughs in different areas, okay? On each side of the bayou will be your swamp, which is your flooded forest that will get flooded out by bayous here. So when a river comes up, it'll overflow into bayous. And when a bayou like this one or others flowed through a swamp years ago and took hold in the water, that's when it would overflow its banks and flood the swamp out on both sides. And it's totally fresh water which rain is the only thing that puts water back in here now. So that's your difference. When people lived in the swamp, they lived on the ridge of the bayou. Their homes were built up higher, so when the water came up, it didn't get into their homes. So the swamps can or will dry out to where the bayous won't. They'll get lower in water, but they'll still have water through the whole year.
Saturday, I haven't even
Any questions? Pas de questions? Non, c'est bon? C'est pas
You
trop
rock
chaud?
nice there.
Tu veux causer français? Un peu? Vous êtes devant? No French?
No. We live where we come from is a tiny island and next door to France, and it's called 28 miles. Guernsey. And all our names are French. We are Baton Rouge, everything. All the road signs are all French. Everything is. We can see France.
Well,
We used to be the French island.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Do y'all speak French? No, not much?
We speak a little bit, yeah. We go to France. My son goes to France every weekend, just for the weekend.
That's not that
He's
far.
buying a houseboat there on one of the rivers. Yeah, it's very French, the place. Very pretty.
Want to live here for a while? How long do you think you'd last out here?
We'll build you a little house.
So that sun went down.
You smell good?
It's like a weed. Yeah.
I call them disco balls.
Oh my gosh. Smell that.
I want to smell it.
Oh man, that's good. Here.
I smell it.
Wow, it smells like a fruit.
It smells good.
I smell it.
Restricted areas to this side, but the
Tickles your nose.
No, because the birds are not nesting in it.
What?
So that way we don't allow any boats.
Mom, did you smell it?
I did. It smells good.
Becca, did you smell it? I smelled it.
So these little paths right here basically made by boats?
Smells like a fruit.
These little paths that we're on, they're basically made by boats? Like
Boats made all these roads.
Really? And they don't get overgrown because you guys are in here all the time, huh? They don't get overgrown because you guys are in here all the time, or
Yeah,
what?
I've been here 7 days a week.
Wow.
I run about 6,000 people on this one boat a year.
Really? That's quite a bit.
What? Oh, there's
As I get drunk, then I don't pass the boat.
We're going on a free tour today. We're going to go exploring, y'all.
back to town.
It looks like just a you know.
These are all, now this is a plant, what they call papyrus, you all, on the side of it. Some people call it a three-angle grass because it's got three corners or three corner grass. But the Egyptians use that plant to make tape out of.
Huh. That's papyrus, huh? That grass. Yeah, we're on our way out of the swamp, I think.
So how cold do y'all get in the winter?
Not that much. Keep putting you in a mess. I'm trying to put everybody to shame. The grain of trees is a moss. It's called Spanish moss, and it's something that actually got to be called that by Spaniards with big beards. So it's not from Spain or moss. It's an air plant, which is an epiphyte and has no root system to it. It's also a member of the pineapple family. Okay. Here it's not a parasite, but in Florida it is. It's starting to kill a lot of trees off in Florida. But years ago it was taken by Henry Ford, and he stuffed it in automobile seats. Other people took it, stuffed it in mattresses, cushions, chairs, rockers, sofas. We did into rope, suture material, made walls out of it, whatnot. Nowadays you're going to find a lot of arts and crafts of floors that we use to decorate things. Now living, the moss is gray like you see it here, and it's soft. It gets wet, it turns green, and once it dies off totally, it's black. And looks like horsehair. It gets real tough. But there's a lot of bugs that live in it. So when Henry Ford took it and put it in automobile seats, you didn't sit well. So that was the first recall on automobiles. And also when they put it in a mattress and you try sleeping on it, you didn't sleep well. You got bit on that long. That's how it came on as the bed bug bite. Yep.
Those are jiggers, right? Isn't that what makes it live in those jiggers?
A lot of your big birds will not use it to build a nest with because the birds are smart enough to know there's bugs living inside of it.
Right.
Any questions, you all? See that pinkish reddish stuff on that tree right here to the left? That's a lichen. The green is a lichen too. The green grows on all sides of the tree, the red won't. It only grows on the north side of the tree. So if you ever go in the swamp and get turned around, you know which way is north.
That's awesome.
Unless you drink it too much.
You having fun? Are you scared hanging out in the swamp?
Not really.
Not really. You scared of the alligators?
Yeah, I think the alligators are actually really cool.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're getting out. We're almost to the lake.
The little blue herons, they are totally white, and it takes 2 years before they move solid blue. See the white on the side going up?
So they're white.
Solid white when they're born.
I'm getting hungry.
There's a local fisherman.
That's why he always has pictures of me doing that, because that's
He's
all I
always
do.
do it. It's not your fault, buddy.
Where does John wake up?
Dang, this is so cool, man.
I know, I'm really enjoying this. Nice.
This has to be probably my favorite landscape to see.
Yeah.
Daddy,
It wouldn't be my favorite to live, but to see is probably one of my favorites. What?
I'm gonna tell the whole class that I saw 3 crocodiles.
You didn't see any crocodiles?
Oh yeah, I mean alligators.
Yeah, alligators.
I forgot.
Then they took off the branches and the tops, and they were left to die, dry up, and become light. So when the trees were ready to cut, the swamp dried out, they came in, they cut them, and they fell. And when the water came up again, that's when they started floating them out. But a lot of them, as they were floating out, got heavy along the way and sunk. And those same trees that have sunken years ago are still being pulled out today because as long as it stays in water, it's preserved the wood, and that's what they call your virgin cypress, sinking cypress, or whatever.
Ah.
Oh, there it is. That one's probably a wasp nest now, or snake nest.
Yeah.
You know, be flying, that's wasp.
Daddy,
Red wasp. And it's only the female that will sting, not the male.
Really?
Yep. Look at the mosquito.
Daddy, look at what I accidentally did.
You break your flower.
I accidentally.
Hey, do a reenactment of a fish jumping out of the water. Come on, I want to hear that. Ah! Come on, I want to hear that. Ah!
Oi!
Where'd he go?
Bear doesn't know he's not supposed to be eating because he's hungry. He smells good. good.
She's cool.
Yeah.
Making that noise.
So they would rather have something else, but if there's nothing else.
Those are all fish crows. These blackbirds, that's not a common crow. They're a little bit bigger than a common crow right here. And your common crows sound like they're saying car, car, car.
There's a fishing hat.
I was going to say,
That's
I'll
a
take
fishing
you to
hat.
a fisherman in Louisiana there, man. Over and through there and then back around.